about 30 minutes out from this beekeeping farm, and yeah, I almost didn't go. I woke up late. It's Saturday. I was thinking, man, should I even do this? Can I even do this? But I decided to not quit, to continue the mission, and I'm gonna go out here and do something I've never done before, learn something I've never learned before. And even though I'm 37 years old and I'm a lawyer and I have zero clue what beekeeping is really about and how to do it outside of some YouTube videos I've watched and reading some articles, I'm gonna do it. So yep, 30 minutes out, and I'm gonna bring y'all with me. I was originally planning on bringing my son, my 5-year-old son, and I do want to bring him out here eventually, but I'm not going to be doing that until I've at least got my hands around how to do this a little bit, got comfortable with it. And I don't know if he's allergic to bees. So my wife and I decided it's best I just check it out and start learning first. And yeah, so I am about 7 minutes away from the farm. I shot up a prayer to God. I'm not going to pray on the camera because I think that goes against my faith and it's kind of cringe. But I will share the fact that my faith is super important and we should all be praying. And I did pray before starting this. And the reason why it's important is because I want to honor God always in what I do. And including today, I want to honor God. So about to be there, and we'll see how this goes. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm scared. We are walking up. There's a lot of people here. Let's check this out.
Because they take a little bit of time to do a lot of damage. And so we need to inspect every 14, 16 days. Every 14, 16 days. Why that number? And you're going to hear a lot of numbers when we teach. Numbers and timing are really everything we have to do with beekeeping. 14, 16 days because the queen and the comb are the only two things that are consistent in your life, the queen and comb. So the queen, it takes her 16 days to go from egg to hatch. And if you're inspecting every 14, 16 days, you're going to be on top of that. And if you're on top of it, you can make good decisions based on what you want to achieve with your bee journey. So for instance, if you said, I want to let my hive requeen, and I want it to happen naturally, and let them do that, and she mates with my drones and all that, that's a good thing. But just know it's going to be about 45 to 60 days gap, which a gap is not a bad thing. Because guess what, when you have a gap, you now break the cycle of the roll. Here, you could potentially set your colony back 3 days in production, right? 3 days of production in central Oklahoma is huge, because we don't have the greatest of flow meaning the flowers are going through all their process. So a tree and a flower that pollinates and nectars, only nectars at the last stage. Nectar is the last stage of what a plant does. And so if the plant says there's not enough moisture in the ground, it goes, okay, I'm just going to survive. If there's a little bit more, it says, okay, I'm going to leaf. And if there's even more, it says, okay, I'm going to flower, which then is going to provide pollen. But it needs that last bit of moisture to nectar, and if it's not there, we don't have it. Okay? So we want to not keep our bees from being able to go get all the nectar that they can get. That's why, back to your question on getting bees.
And he uses them on the frames. There's some people that, since they always have their bottom brood box there, they'll put it right on the brood box. And then, yeah, when you take a picture, you know what it is. And that way, if you have to move this hive over there, the tag is on the hive. Some people paint them on, whatever you prefer. All right, so first thing on our inspection, what are we doing? Let's see what we're looking at what the bees are doing. I see them coming and going. has not touched a hive at all. You want to do the inspection?
Sure.
All right. I mean, we'll have several people come, but come on over.
All right.
We want to see when you open your top box. Anyone want to come and count how many frames of bees we have? I'll do it. And these are all.
I'll always take a picture up here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, almost 6 frames.
Yeah, I would say because the way they're clustered here and here, yeah, we
6.
only want to count one batch of these because they're.
That's a half frame, but that's 3, 4,
Yeah.
4.5, 5, 5.5 at the most.
So this is a hive that you could have just one deep box on because you're not even at the 6 yet. When you start to get to 6 or 7, that's when they're getting bigger and you want to add a new box.
You add it too soon, does it matter?
It can if it's new, if it's not if it's like empty frames, you're creating more work for them because they're going to try to build those out.
This is probably a hive that they rescued from somewhere. See how they
Oh,
have
yeah.
them banded in? So
This is going to be a difficult one to inspect because
Yeah.
these, and you'll see later when does the extraction, you're pulling their comb out and you're using these rubber bands to hold it in there, and it's just sitting in there. It's not. They will eventually attach them to the frames, but it's not
let's see this
attached.
for a second. I'm going to set the bee space because it's not set.
Go for it. He's setting bee space. What that is you are pushing
There we
all
go.
of the frames to one side and then pushing them all to the other side, and that's making sure they are close enough together. Because if there's too much space, the bees will start building comb in a funny way.
Wow, that's hard to move. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
I think the problem we have here, I can tell from looking in there,
There we
is
go.
that
Now it's working. There we
the honey comb is
Wonky.
wonky because once again, this is from wild bees.
How did you? Dumb question, but how did you come up with that number of frames?
Oh, it's how many bees you see when you look in here. So
There's a half frame over here.
a half frame because they're only on this side of the frame.
And it doesn't
Oh, okay.
matter how many are on each side, just that you see.
About-
No, it's just about like this. We're not counting these over here because clearly they're clustered here and here in an uneven way. So we're like counting that as if it was over here. So you've got a line of bees here, 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 and here. So each of these in the middle is 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one's got them just on one side, so we're looking at 4.5. And we can maybe count that as a half. So they're at maybe 5.
Gotcha.
And then, like
That's
I
about
said,
30,000 bees.
it's about 30,000, yeah. And when you get to, because you'll see them getting bigger and bigger as you go. When you get to 6, get ready to put that on. And when they're at 6.5, 7, you might as well put a new, that way they have enough space to grow. If they don't, if they overfill the box and they don't swarm, it is a nightmare to do an inspection because they are pouring out of the box while you're trying to put stuff on,
So you're
and
new?
smashing them.
So they told me in Oklahoma, because I'm new too, 2 deeps. That's what the winter in 2 deep boxes.
Yes.
And then you have a third box, which is a honey super that you'll take off probably in the fall.
I gotcha.
So we're gonna do. I'm gonna ignore this box.
Thank you.
There's nothing to look for that. Do you want to pull some frames?
Yeah, I'm guessing you want me to have 2 hands, or
Yes.
could I record? Okay.
Here, I'll record.
Or he can
thanks,
record
bro.
for you.
Appreciate it. It's
Okay.
recording.
So we're gonna start with the one on this side.
Okay.
We're gonna put this around to the J hook side.
Okay.
And what you're gonna do, what you do is this is easy because they haven't propolized it, but you would do that to pop the propolis to break it. And then this hook goes in and it braces against that, and you pull this side up. And so you'll grab with one hand, when you pop it up, grab it with one hand. Yeah, you can pop it up way higher. So you get a good firm grip on that with your hand. And then the other side, you'll pop that up. Yeah, go on the outside of that. You're right. Here. Yep. Okay. And then you can slide your hand. You can do it that way, or I will go ahead and pull it out very carefully, straight up. straight down. We got nothing on this one, so that's easy.
Okay, put it back.
No. Usually, if we had a frame holder, I would set that in the frame holder there. He was talking about you can set them down
On the cover.
on the cover. This is empty. I'm just going to set it on top like that.
Okay.
Now I'm going to show you something real quick. This is my method for doing these. Pop this side up here, grab it with that hand. It's backwards, but. And if this other one, like right now, I could probably just reach in and grab it. When you can't, you pop this in here
That's exactly what I do.
and you slide your hand down this, and you can kind of use that to pull it up, and then get your firm grip like that.
And that's some wonky comb. That was probably just rescued from somewhere.
Yeah, this was comb that was already in here. We can tell because it's attached.
Or dark.
No, because all the rest of it is free and has rubber bands on it. This was just one they put in here so they have some extra comb. And
Now the way they're buzzing,
yeah,
it's not an aggressive
No.
at all. It seems
no,
like they're pretty
these
chill.
ones are kind of being a little rude to me, but it's fine.
Wait till you shake them off.
Yeah.
Do you comb yours off or shake yours off?
I will usually shake them off, but I don't even do that very much with them. I just leave them on there, especially on these outer frames,
Uh-huh.
because there's nothing going on. Now you'll see, I'm gonna hand you this. This frame, when I go like that, see it sagging like that? Sagging like that. So this is what happens when you don't have foundation. Even if this was filling in all the sides, especially when it gets hot, you want to be careful if you have no foundation, because this stuff will get soft and you'll turn it and it'll fall and break. And then you have angry bees, upset bees, a whole shebang, a whole problem.
Yeah, they probably should have some rubber bands on that.
Yeah, this is probably one that had rubber bands at some point, and the bees attached it and then removed it, which is why we have such funny comb. I'm going to do what? You can hold it. Yeah, there's no queen on this or anything to worry about. So if you want to hold the frame and look at it, I'm gonna pull out the next one.
Okay, I was just.
Yeah, you want to here put it.
Oh, look at
The
here.
wedge, you put it right here. And then just pop it like that, yeah.
Wonder why they threw that out.
Who knows it. And at this point, you don't have to pop this.
Just take it out.
Because we have enough, you can just set your tool there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have enough room, and you just kind of slide your fingers on, and it should, and when you pull it, pull straight up. The reason why you pull straight up is you don't want to roll any bees. They'll get caught in here. And that's the reason you pull it away, is for the same reason. You don't, if you roll them, you'll make them mad. You might kill your queen. Now I would say grip the sides like this. Because what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to take this and do a full inspection. Okay. So you got a good grip on it?
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm going to make sure there's no queen on here. So fold it over the hive first. Anybody see a queen on that side? Those are drones. The big fat ones are drones. Yeah. Yeah, a drone will be bigger. The queen's going to be long, and she doesn't always have the stripes the same way that the other bees do.
Yeah, the drones are all eyes.
Yeah, drones, their head is just like all eyes, because their job is to spot a queen in the air flying around. See any on that side?
Is it this one right here? This big fat one?
Yeah, that's a drone right there.
Oh, the queen.
No. The queen, she is the same size as the other bees. Her thorax, her butt, her back end is just longer.
Longer.
And it might be a little bit fatter, but it's not, she's not going to be big like those drones are.
Okay.
They're big beefy boys.
Gotcha.
I did see one hanging upside down there, like measuring that distance. Like,
Yes. Sometimes when they're building comb, when you'll go to pull frames apart, they'll all be holding onto each other's legs, like the way ants do. and that's they're judging distance that way. It's called festooning, and you know they're related to ants, so it's the same behavior in ants as well. But you can take this here. I'm gonna hold this frame.
Got it.
And this one seems pretty well attached. Yeah, I'm not gonna do too much with it. If you want to turn it back like this, and what we can see, I'll let other people come over here and look at it. This has got a lot of.
We work outside, we want to keep our equipment in the shade until we get ready to use it. So things are not real hot, heated up and all. She's holding a queen clip for me, so that if we do find a queen, we'll be able to clip her. And then this is a safe vac system. So basically it's a canister that has a hole for the hose. Then it has a top that goes on it. There's a screen between this and that. This has its own battery powered. And so once we get ready, we can vac the bees up and get all the bees out of that box. Into these frames. Now I do need to, gotta get some rubber bands right quick.
The picture's okay?
Amazon sells bags, Ziploc bags, that are 24 long by I think 11 high. Maybe 12, 11, but 24. You don't want the 21, you want the 24. And then this will slip into it, and you can Ziploc it closed and put it in the freezer. And freeze it, and when you bring it out, you don't have to worry about wax moths getting to it because it's sealed. Okay? If you do take it out and notice some crystals, open it up a little bit and let that moisture go out, or else it might mold. Okay? It's not going to hurt it if it molds, it just kind of looks bad. All right, so I'm going to put another rubber band on this side right here so that I got a good place to lay that comb. And then on this one, I'm going to remove. Now I have to put the orientation back in the same way that we're taking it out. So this is the top, here's the top. See how soft that is? Yeah, I'm just going to try to pick this out. All right, come over here and look at this. You see this brood? That's the brood area. See that cap? That's cap brood right there. So this is a good place, potentially, that the queen can be on. All right, I'm going to have you. Can you hold this up here for me? Like that? And put your hands underneath it. Good. Anybody smell the pheromone of the bees?
I didn't do anything.
So that now we flip this over. It'll stay. Anybody see it? Now, sometimes she will fly when she gets out like this. Huh. I did see her. I know it was her. Let's. So since we have a lot of bees foraging right now out, we want to put this back over where the hives are. And we need one more frame. I want to put it back over here. So.
So words can't really describe what just happened. That was so calming. I felt connected to God. I met amazing people, other veterans. I heard incredible stories from people's experiences and learned wisdom about beekeeping. Today was much bigger than beekeeping, if you can't tell what I took away from it. And we prayed at the beginning, and we prayed at the end, and I wasn't expecting that. So God works in mysterious ways, and I prayed for wisdom on the way here and guidance and a sign, and I don't think it's a coincidence that I met these incredible people and been on this incredible farm today. And I'm gonna end it with something cool. Here's a piece of honey from the hive that we helped extract, and I'm gonna try it. Another piece right here. Amazing. I can't put it in words how good this is. I will be coming back here. I'm going to keep learning. I'm glad that I took a step over my fear. And I'm glad I'm doing this. Even just showing up for a class made a huge difference today. So yeah, if you are watching this and you're interested in doing something with your life and maybe you're a little afraid, this is the sign to go do it, because you don't know what's going to happen and what to expect and how beautiful it can be.